Всем привет.
Hi everyone,
Меня зовут Куличкин Артем.
my name is Artem Kulichkin. I'm a project lead SOGAZ. System CND, I have all of these certificates, but this is not what I'm going to be talking about. A full infrastructure audit was the initial title of my presentation. By the way, my boss, Georgi Starostin, said, why don't we use agents to scan the infrastructure? And I asked him, what kind of infrastructure are we talking about? And he said, that's what we're going to find out. So he said we have different tools, some cool tools. He's one of the best pen testers. He's just, he used to be the best one. Now he's just a pen tester. He said, let's say masscan, crack map exec, nmap. We need to find all the hosts. And if we can set up an agent, we will. Proprietary things will not be run. So the agent that we used was Flitum and Square. I recommend it's an open source agent. I can only recommend it. So I started with an nmap. It was a standard cool thing. I thought that I'll just scan the entire network with mask 8. I ran nmap. It was still operational when I left my office for home, and I googled that it would operate for 48 days. So as you can see, the scan is D5. So even the open ports and the parallel threads were used. So I was not happy with 48 days. I tried masscan. Masscan scans faster, but don't crash the entire organizational infrastructure. It scanned 25 hosts, and at least I realized what ELANs were used, but I didn't get any other data. So I took one host scanned by masscan. I typed it in to see what was happening. First, I used one host, but this slide shows info for all the scans by masscan. I put it in one file and then ran nmap.
Что-то тут он насканировал. В общем, что-то насканировал.
So I scanned something, but I was really confused. Linux, HTTPI, and port 80 was open. That was cool, but I didn't know what to do with it. I saw some graphic user interface, but I was tired of doing this manually, so I looped it, I ran it, and it started providing some feedback. I was really confused about that, but I used Eyewitness. You can run your list through it, and you will get screenshots for ports 80, and it will be done automatically, and then you can quickly take a look at them.
Вообще у меня, кстати, вначале я хотел сказать, что формат такого монолога.
Initially, my slides are so boring because they will be published later on, and
Допустим, хост опять.
that's why they look like this. This is an empty host. I have a laser pointer here. It's totally confusing here. I see some Cisco here, but I don't know what that is. But if you add SC into the scan, then, it's as if it were scanning the infrastructure from the scratch. And you see SC cert, and it says Fujitsu here. Awesome.
Заходим на Fujitsu.
So we go to Fujitsu. I hope you can see it clearly in the slide. So you go to Fujitsu and you see that it's a proprietary thing.
Вы плавно поймете, как это у меня завершилось.
And I will give you more details on how I ran full infrastructure audit with the help of the agent. Let me go back a slide. So anyway, we see Fujitsu.
Брать SC.
But you have to use SC to understand what this Fujitsu is, and it takes a very long time to scan it. And such type of scanning, even if you use the list from Masscan and use Nmap, it still takes about 3 weeks, a week to 3 weeks. In other words, it's not suitable. So
Сканирование на Python.
Python provides parallel scanning, and initially I used lots of tools, and I wanted to have something like Nmap but faster. And I Googled, and then I jointly with a Python programmer developed a code, and now we had 500 threads from the host. Then we reduced it down to 400.
Параллельных потоков, все классно, и в итоге у нас там путь такой, что у нас сначала сканирует Mascan.
So we scan it with Masscan first, then we send it to Masscan, then to parallel scanning, and there is another interesting feature that I want to share with you. Then we do the parsing, and we get some results.
Вот так вот табличка-то
This is the way the table looks. We programmed that in Python, and I have a column with IP addresses, and horizontally I list all the ports and what they are connected to.
не могу, что
I cannot divulge the details, but you know there are USB hubs and
нельзя поставить агент. Но
it remains to be seen whether an agent can be installed on that, but at least I see what I have. And if you start using this agent, people will come to you and say, we have this IP address, but we don't know what it is. And all you need to do is pull this table up on the screen and find the right IP address. So the SC information is in a script, and this is the script scanning functionality. If the script was not built in, you wouldn't have seen anything. While the script shows that this is the IP jet, and it lists all the other details. Right. So we migrated it to Excel first. This evolution took several iterations. So we then sent everything to the database, and the end goal was to install the agent. I ran the SQL request, sent it to the database. I wanted to cut off proprietary things, cameras, switches, so that the agent would not be installed there. And I also scrapped devices where the agent was already installed. So I only received the non-proprietary things where the agent should have been installed on. So in my case, it was 400, but there were probably 2,400 exceptions.
примерно таким образом.
Select looks like this. How much time do I have? I still have some time. Anyway,
разобрал, убрал.
Canon Xeroxes were removed from the list, but the selected list is still quite long. At least I know what's in the infrastructure and what VLANs we had. IP telephony VLAN for some reason was used by a server, but this should not ever happen. This is the Excel table I have already demonstrated to you. These are the IP addresses, these are the ports, and well, you can use it in multiple ways, but I use it for installing the agent. So you take any unusual port. This is a printer, by the way. This is 5989 proprietary. That's Fujitsu, so you can just remove it. So our evolution progressed to a stage, well, at least in my head, that Masscan, Nmap, parallel scan, parsing result. Then we send it to a database.
Переключаем. Вот, кладем базу данных. Тут на этом слайде чуть задержусь, а то там уже последний конец, а я еще...
This is my last but one slide, so I'm gonna stick to it because I still have some time. Right.
Вот если мы додумаем, что здесь еще есть квадратики, к этим...
Just imagine we have more rectangles here, so CMDB, antiviruses, CM agents are now linked to specific IP addresses. So just imagine that these boxes extend here, and if you want to get an approval from the business whether to reinstall or reboot an agent, all you need to do is find the IP. You see what devices are installed. Is it a fleet agent or an antiviral software? So it's extremely convenient if you know where to go and what to look for.
Здесь все, тут все.
That's it. This is it. You can take a picture of this slide for a very simple reason. The machine that you're going to use for scanning 500 threads should be powerful, because if it crashes, then nothing is going to happen. And if the Linux is set up in such a way as to put through that many packets, then it will run. Anton Lupanitsyn will take the floor later on. He also comes from our company, and well, I showed this presentation in the company, and he said there's going to be gaps because, you know, lots of packets were scanned in parallel, and you will not get all of them. Well, I guarantee that we haven't had a single time when I would scan something that didn't exist in reality. All the packets would be collected and everything would be fine. Thank you for your attention. This is my Telegram channel. If you have any questions, get in touch with me, forward your questions to me. I'll be happy to share my experience with you, because it took me a very long time to come up with this setup. Well, as for the PPT stack, I guess my PPT stack, my videos will be provided to you, and please use my Telegram channel to get in touch with me. Thank you so much for your attention.